What it do? How you doing? I am back with another video. Today, EandE family, I'm showing you how to make turned up shortbread cookies and iced mochas. Don't go nowhere. So we're going to get started on the chocolate sauce for our iced mochas. Of course, you can always go out and buy that squeezed bottle of chocolate sauce, but I'm telling y'all, when you make it yourself, it is so much more delicious. So we're going to start with a cup of cocoa. Then we're going to add 1 cup of granulated sugar. Now we're going to whisk this together until it doesn't have any lumps left, because you know cocoa powder can have lumps in it. So we're just going to whisk it together like this. So it's pretty much lump free. You're not going to get all the lumps out unless you were to sift it prior to putting it into the pot. So next we're going to add a pinch of salt, just a little like that. And we're going to add about a cup of cold water. So we're going to mix this together like this. So we got that mixed, right? And then we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. That's it, that's all. So simple, so easy. So we're going to let this come up to a boil. We're going to let it boil for about 5 minutes. Then we're going to remove it from the heat and we're going to let it cool. When we come back, we're going to get started on these turned up shortbread cookies. Don't go nowhere. So our shortbread cookies is going to start with 3 sticks of room temperature butter. To that, we're going to add 2 cups of granulated sugar. We're going to let this mix around in our mixer until it becomes a light and fluffy consistency. So for about 1 to 2 minutes. So next, we're going to add 3 room temperature eggs. And as always, EandE family, if you don't feel comfortable cracking your eggs over the mixing bowl, crack them in a separate bowl so you don't do that. So you can look for any shells or imperfections. Got to get that shell. So next we're going to add 1 to 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Okay, so we're going to get our paddle back down in our mixer and we're going to mix this together because this is all of the wet ingredients that's going to go into our shortbread cookies. So for about 1 to 2 minutes, we're going to mix this around. So next we're going to add our dry ingredients. Y'all see I got a bigger sifter so I can add more to it. So first we're going to add 2 cups of flour. We're going to add a teaspoon of salt. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder, not baking soda. Yep, baking powder. And we're going to get this sifted down into our butter, eggs, and sugar. So next we're going to add the ingredients that make these turned up shortbread cookies. So, as you can see, I got some chocolate chips. And we're going to add about half the bag. And then I'll go back and determine if we need to add any more once we get it back on our mixer. So about half the bag. Toffee chips. And the same with these. Just half the bag. Butterscotch chips. and pretzels. Turned up shortbread cookies, y'all. Pour some in a Ziploc bag. Like this. Fill her up. And crush them. Just like that. It's nothing fancy to crushing up pretzels. You could take a rolling pin and roll a rolling pin over them as well. But this is just as efficient. And this is something you can let your kids do. We're going to get these added to our shortbread cookie mix. Okay, so we got our paddle back down in our mixer. And we're going to mix this together until everything is combined. So I have my cookie sheet lined with my Sil Pack. And we're just going to get in here with 2 spoons. Like this. And drop them onto our cookie sheet. Just like that. If you want, you can chill these and save them for a later date. But telling you, once you make these, you're not going to want to save them. You're going to want to taste them right then. I promise. So this is what your unbaked cookies should look like. We're going to bake these in a 350-degree oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. You'll want to check them at the 10-minute mark because you don't want them to overcook and burn on the bottom. When we come back, we're going to present these cookies and we're going to make our iced mocha. You don't want to miss this, y'all. Don't go nowhere. So next we're going to get started on our frozen mocha drink. So normally when you go to your usual coffee places, those drinks usually start with a little milk, so I'm going to add a little milk. We'll just polish that off. I'm going to add a little ice. I brewed off a little coffee. This is decaf, but you can use whatever coffee you like. And I'm going to use a little of our chocolate syrup. Normally they would put pumps of the pumps of sweetener in it. I just added sweetener to my coffee before I poured it in here. So I'm going to add a little more ice to make sure we got enough. We're going to pop our lid on and blend. So next, I just take my cup like this. Take some of that chocolate syrup. Put it down in your cup like that. And pour your drink. You can't have a frozen mocha drink without a little whipped cream on top. So we're going to put a little whipped cream that I made up earlier. Right on top. Look at that. Amazing. And just to give it a little extra oomph, a chocolate drizzle. And you have yourself a frozen mocha at home. Y'all been here before. You already know what's going to happen. We're going to get a taste of these cookies and a taste of our frozen mocha. Don't go nowhere. Here's our cookie. Completed cookie. Look at it, look at it. It's amazing. I'm going to open it, break it open. Let's get a taste. That's amazing. You can taste all the chocolate chips, the pretzels, a little bit of the toffee, a little bit of the butterscotch chips. That is really good. It's almost a shortbread version of my cowboy cookies. It's really yummy. Okay. Let's get a taste of our frozen mocha drink. That's good. When you can't get out to Starbucks or Tim Hortons, wherever you get your frozen mocha drinks at, make one at home. I just showed you how. Simple and easy. That is really delicious. As I always tell you, EandE family, I promise you, they will not be disappointed. And that's it for today, EandE family. Like, share, comment on this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification so that you can be notified when a new video is uploaded. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. The links are in the description box below. And as always, EandE family, don't forget to live a little and love a lot. Y'all be easy. I'm gonna go enjoy my creation. I never steer y'all wrong. Try it. Try both of them out. You're gonna love it. Bye, y'all.